BNC, 100% black and brown host around the clock. Finally, news that speaks to us.
I am so excited for Elie's book and had a hard time getting it because it shot to the top of the New York Times bestseller list almost immediately. Elie, welcome back to Amplified and congratulations on the success of your book. I gotta say, I've been watching you make all the rounds, and I did get a chance to read a little bit of it before it actually dropped, so thank you for that advanced copy. The thing that struck me most, which, you know, I want you to go all the way in on, is that you make a point that seems a little bit obvious. That's like, look, the Constitution wasn't actually written for us. And by us, I mean, you know, people like me who happen to be a woman, and I'm also black and I'm a lesbian. Not really my jam, wasn't for me. So why don't we confront that and do something about it? Give us the dish on what inspired you first to actually write this book. And then we're going to go into all
people
the things
who wrote the Constitution. People who wrote the Constitution hated you the most, right? Like you were like the last on their list, and that's a big reason why I wrote the book, right? It's called A Black Guy's Guide to the Constitution, not the Constitution for Black people, right? The Constitution and the laws that govern this country simply look a little bit different from the perspective of a person the Constitution was designed to ignore and enslave. And so I wanted to write a book to truly try to show people what this document really is and what it really looks like when it first thought that you were 3/5 of a person, when it first thought that you didn't have any right to vote, when it first thought that you didn't have any right to finish your sentences, right? This maybe is not the gospel that we've been told, but a flawed document. Does it have some good ideas? Sure, there's some great ideas and ideals in the Constitution, but you know what? There has not been a day in this country where the ideas and ideals of the Constitution have been applied equally to everybody living here. Not just to even, you know, just to see how it felt like, you know, we haven't done that for one day. There's not been one day in this country where everybody who was eligible to vote was actually registered to vote and then could vote and then could have their votes counted in a free and fair election. Just haven't tried that yet. So, you know, when we talk about the Constitution, we can talk about its perhaps high-minded ideals, but we have to talk about also the reality of what it is, and that's what I try to do.
And these universal rights and liberties, these high-minded ideals that are written into this Constitution, like you said, never were actually intended to matter to all of us or to apply to all of us. So what is it that you are suggesting that we do as we examine them? What do you think should be done to reconcile where we are today in the reality of modern, you know, America and what those old white guys wrote?
Right, so I tend to focus on the interpretation of the Constitution, right? Like, this document was written by slavers and colonists and white abolitionists who were nonetheless willing to make deals with slavers and colonists. Like, I wouldn't have made the deal, but they did, right? And then the Supreme Court has claimed the entire time authority to interpret the Constitution to be the final say of what the Constitution means. Interestingly, that's not in the Constitution. The Supreme Court just decided for itself that it could do that, but whatever. In our history, we've had 115 Supreme Court justices, and 108 of them have been white males. So let's start there. Let's maybe have the Constitution interpreted by a more diverse group of people. Maybe have the Constitution interpreted so that it promotes freedom and equality and justice and fairness, as opposed to promotes literal 18th century version of rights and liberties and white supremacy, to have it kind of, so I think that one of the real ways to get in and fix the Constitution, if we can't completely throw it out and rewrite it, and the only reason why we can't is because right now I believe that the people who would be promoted to a constitutional convention would lock in the same kind of racism and sexism and misogyny and corporatism that's currently locked in, right? Like, you know, Wyoming would get 2 delegates and California would get 2 delegates, and that's part of the entire problem with the document. So if we can't completely rewrite it, the very least we can do is interpret it so that it's inclusive of everybody.
You done made a lot of people mad with this book. We were just saying in the break that, you know, conservatives are furious. What is it? You fight with people online all the time. You engage conservatives, and I give you a lot of credit for that because I just try to ignore them and walk the other direction. But I'm just curious, what is it that you found about the soul of people who want to look at the Constitution as a Bible, as if it is fixed? I mean, even I think about the Bible. I was raised in a Christian tradition, and I think about all the parables of the Bible and the stories it tells that we shouldn't actually translate literally, right? But all these people, these constitutionalists are like, no, it's literal. What do you say to them about why we need to think in a more modern and expansive way as we interpret a very old document?
One of the things that I found kind of fighting with these people online is that they haven't read it. Like they just straight up haven't read this thing that they think is the gospel, right? Because if you read it, it's like, what are you going to the mattresses for? You're going to the mattresses for a Senate that's unrepresentative of the entire country, where equal suffrage is for the states and not the people. You're going to the mattresses to fight for unpopular elections of the president. You're going to the mattresses because you like there being no term limits on Supreme Court justices or Congress people. Like, what are you fighting for there, dude? And what it turns out so often is that they're not fighting for any particular provision because they haven't read the document. They don't really know what it says. They're fighting for their feelings about the Constitution. And a lot of times when you talk to white males, their feelings about the Constitution is that they kind of win, right? Like that everything is, why would we change anything? I'm already ahead of the game. We don't want to change it, so I might not be ahead of the game. So you don't have a lot of people who can kind of get in there and talk kind of provision to provision what it is about the Constitution that they like. And then when they do, they don't have an answer for my ultimate point about how what they say they like hasn't been applied equally to everybody, right? And again, I think a great example of that is something like voting rights. It says right in the Constitution, 15th Amendment, the right to vote shall not be denied on account of race, color, or creed, right? Took a little bit longer for women to get the vote. Took them the 19th Amendment for that to happen. They had to wait an extra 60 years. But taken together, we should have universal suffrage. You know what white conservatives did to the 15th Amendment? They took it and they put it in a drawer where they ignored it for 100 years. Because that's how white conservatives roll when they have a constitutional provision that they don't like. So again, how is this a great document if you can literally change it and white people can still ignore it for 100 years? Not great, right? So when you try to break it, you get some people who just honestly haven't thought about it yet, but for the most part, you get people who don't want to think about it, who don't want to learn.
I got 30 seconds with you. If you could send your signed copy of your book to anybody, the one person who you think must read this book, who would it be?
Joe Biden. People think that I wrote this book for conservatives. No, I wrote this book for liberals and progressives because we cede entirely too much legal ground to their ridiculous arguments. I wrote the book in plain English so that most people can understand it without having to go to law school. I want Democrats and progressives to read it and learn how to fight.
Allow me to retort, A Black Guy's Guide to the Constitution by Elie Mystal. Get your copy now. Appreciate hearing all about the book, and we look forward to reading it and talking to you again soon. Thanks, Elie.
BNC, America's Black News Channel. Watch us on all major cable providers and major streaming platforms. Finally, news that speaks to us.